Uh, Hello there. Welcome to another session of Therapy and Panels. Today we are out on the open sea and totally not the backyard patio of my home. You're crazy for thinking that. As for today, we are going to be going into a series that I've never really read or watched the anime much of before. One Piece. Created by Ichiro Oda. Apologies for the mispronunciation. The inspiration came from a variety of sources, including his love of pirates, anime, and manga. He was inspired by pirates and adventures at sea as a child, and he drew a lot of inspiration from anime like Dragon Ball Z as an example. And one big thing of inspiration for his creative process came when the discovery of the pirate ship of Edward Teach, or Blackbeard the Pirate. So let's take a look at one of the greatest mangas ever to be created as we read Chapter 1 of One Piece. The cover for the first volumes is just okay, in my opinion. It just, what looks like a photo frame like device from what I'm assuming to be a map of the world, showing at least three of our main protagonists just looking like they're having a full fun time on their ship. It's fine. Nothing too unique about it, really. We begin back once upon a time ago when there was a man who had everything: wealth, fame, and power. Enough for any billionaire to cry himself to sleep on a yacht. As he stood at his execution, he laughed and shouted to the world, "You want my treasure? You can have it. I left everything there. Under me mattress in me home." With that, he was executed, and the crowd, pirate flag headbands and all, cheered. Thus began the Great Pirate Era. Bootleg copies of movies in theaters rose dramatically during this golden age. We cut to a peaceful seaport village sometime later where a pirate ship has landed for nearly a year. A young boy named Monkey D. Luffy stands on the ship's figurehead holding a knife and wearing a shirt labeled Anchor. With that shirt, he is declaring of his lifelong dreams of becoming an anchor for a pirate ship. And I mean that literally. When others mock him, he stabs himself under the eye to prove his seriousness. Everyone gasping, one shouting, "What are you doing?" Stabbing myself. What does it look like? Later at Party's bar, the pirates celebrate Luffy's self-mutilation with drinks. There's a fat man drinking from a barrel while a monkey dances in the background. Just a regular day for pirates. A now patched up Luffy boasts he felt no pain, while a red-haired man with a straw hat, named Red-Haired Shanks, calls him a liar and tells him not to be stupid again. Luffy insists he's ready for the sea and claims his punch is as strong as a pistol. Shanks is unimpressed, though, stating that he can't even swim. Luffy doesn't care, as he states he'll just stay on the boat. The pirates reminisce about the freedom of the sea, and Luffy is inspired. One pirate jokes they should just let Luffy replace a crew member next time. Shanks shrugs it off, clearly not taking Luffy seriously. Upset, Luffy yells, "What kind of friends are you?" Friends who like money for food and drink. The bartender Makino watches as Shanks' crew laughs off the boy's frustrations. Shanks keeps brushing him off, even mocking him. Makino brings food and Luffy, still fuming, struggles to bite into a massive hunk of meat and asks how long the pirates will stay. Shanks states they'll head north soon. Luffy promises to learn to swim before then, with Shanks giving him a good luck sign. Suddenly, the bar's door slams open and a group of bandits enter, led by a man named Higuma. He demands 10 barrels of alcohol, but Makino tells him that they're out, stating that the pirates drank all of it. Shanks, trying to be polite, offers him the last bottle, but Higuma smashes it over him. Rude. The bar goes silent, Luffy confused as Shanks laughs off the insult and picks up the pieces. Higuma starts flaunting a bounty of 8 million berries and a bounty count of 56, threatening Shanks, but Shanks just asks for a mop. Higuma cuts the table and storms off. The pirates laugh. Luffy is furious, calling every one of them a coward. Shanks calmly tells him it's not worth fighting over spilled alcohol. A statement that I feel like needs to be said to most people with alcoholism and alcohol problems. Anyway. Luffy walks out saying he never wants to see Shanks again. Really? Is that all I had to do to get him off my back? Would have done that forever ago then. Shanks grabs his arm as he storms off, surprised to see that Luffy's arm begins to stretch, everyone staring. It turns out Luffy ate a strange fruit earlier, called the gum gum fruit, which is a devil fruit that turned him into a rubber person, and has now took away his ability to swim forever. Later, while buying fish, Luffy tells a shopkeeper that he'll be a pirate who never falls in the sea. He stretches his face into a big grin, and an old man on a crane turns out to be the mayor, warning him that hanging around pirates will ruin the town's reputation. The same town that's been housing pirates for about a year, mind you. But no, him becoming a pirate would bring shame onto the town. Back at the bar, Luffy complains to Makino about Shanks when Higumi and his crew return. Later on, Makino races to find the mayor. As it turns out, Luffy has gotten himself taken hostage by the bandits. He told that bandit that One Piece was a subpar anime. When Makino and the mayor return, Higuma is raising his sword to kill Luffy, but just in time Shanks and his crew arrive. One of the bandits points a gun at Shanks, but without hesitation, one of his crew members, Lucky Rooks, shoots him. Shanks declares he won't let anyone harm his friends. Higuma laughs and orders his men to attack, but Beckman takes them all out single-handedly. Higuma panics and throws a smoke bomb, escaping with Luffy. Out at sea, Higuma tosses Luffy into the ocean, and as Luffy struggles to stay afloat, unable to swim, a sea monster emerges and devours Higuma. Just as it turns to Luffy, Shanks appears, saving him and scaring the monster away with a death stare that could vaporize confidence. Luffy cries as Shanks has lost his left arm. Later, Luffy stands at the docks. He realizes he's not ready for the sea yet, but swears he'll become a pirate. Shanks, smiling, says he didn't want Luffy on his crew anyway. But Luffy declares he'll become a pirate stronger than Shanks and find the greatest treasure and become the Pirate King. Moved by this, Shanks gives Luffy his treasured straw hat and tells him to return it when he's a great pirate one day. As the ship sails off, Beckman notes that Luffy will become someone big. Shanks agrees, as Luffy reminds him of himself. 10 years later, the village gathers as Luffy prepares to set out. Makino stating she'll miss him. The mayor grumbles about shame. On the sea, Luffy smiles as it's a good day to set sail. A sea monster appears and Luffy punches it out with his move called the Gum Gum Pistol. That sounds dirty. Once he takes care of the monster, he states to himself he'll find a crew of 10, get a pirate ship and a pirate flag, and become the king of the pirates. And thus his journey begins. So that was the first chapter of One Piece, and from my diagnosis, it was pretty good. The story is a great concept of just looking for this treasure that will make you rich beyond anyone in the world. It's also got great characters, and it's a very interesting thing with this whole devil fruit power thing. And it's a great start to something that has been around for a very long time. I can see why people have taken a liking to this. And with that is the end of today's session. I'd like to thank you all for attending. If you liked the video, please be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, I am the Super Guru, signing off and enjoying the salty sea air of this totally real ocean that I'm looking at.